So this morning the question is, what is evolution? Well, evolution is how living things change over time, and we get this evidence from fossils that we dig out from the ground, and we can also analyze the DNA, and so the further back in time we go, the further you have to dig. The evolution can be shown by these diagrams called evolutionary trees. So you can see here we've got, it looks like a tree, but it's not a real tree. It doesn't go in the ground. It's just a way of showing how from right back in the start of evolution, really prehistoric times, the very first living things changed and became bacteria, became microscopic organisms, and then worms, arthropods, and then finally as vertebrates, and we're part of the vertebrates. Then the tree branched, and these plants over on this side, the plant kingdom, and that ended up with angiosperms and gymnosperms, which are basically green plants that are around us today. There's also ferns there, which branched off that tree a long time ago, but we still see around us. So you can have animal kingdom evolutionary tree for vertebrates and then invertebrates here, and this evolutionary tree is just purely for mammals, which we'll see in the next slide here. So if this evolutionary tree is put on its side with time running from 98 million years ago all the way through to today, you can see that the earliest common ancestor would have been the same for all the different primates, but it branches. In some cases, the animals that it evolved into died out. For instance, the dinosaurs all became extinct about 65 million years ago, but the others have all evolved to things like gorillas and chimps and even humans. So here's an evolutionary tree showing some mammal species. So it starts from a common species here, then it branches off into humans, green monkey, rhesus monkey, and over here to pigs, camels, and llama and deer. So which would you say from this diagram is the most closely related animal to humans? And which animal do you think is the closest relative of both the camel and the deer, even though they don't look particularly similar? So have a think about those questions, and we'll answer them in the next slide. So the animal that's most closely related to the human is the green monkey, because it's closest to the human on the evolutionary tree. And the animal that's closest to both camel and the deer, well, after the pig, the tree branches away, and the deer is not a relative of the llama. So it's the pig that's the closest, because that is the animal that they both are similar to after they branch away. So now you're going to carry on some questions about evolutionary trees, and then you'll be going on to the evidence for evolution with the work of Charles Darwin, but that'll be another video in a moment.